Hi, Caroline. Let's take a look at this set of essays you've sent us today. Okay, this is about green energy. You're supposed to discuss both views, give your opinion. Let's see what you did. Experts throughout. Experts now. Let me try that again. Experts from both developed and developing countries have debated whether utilizing green energy widely is overall beneficial or not. Personally, I believe that green energy contributes a lot and has a positive impact on our society. This essay will discuss both views using examples from the Indian government and Simon Fraser University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, lovely. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that most green energy might not be sustainable and cause a shortage in some scenarios. This is largely due to the fact that plenty of renewable energy technologies currently depend on changeable and unpredictable sources such as solar, wind, and ocean. Unpredictable sources such as. All right. I don't know if you could say that solar is a source. It would make more sense if you had said the sun. Okay. And then here too is the ocean. Not sure if you could describe the ocean as a source. I just feel I like the idea very much. I just think that the expression might be a little strange. Let's see. Currently depend on changeable and unpredictable sources such as the sun, wind, and the ocean. Yeah, maybe that's what you needed. The sun, wind, and the ocean, or oceans, plural. Maybe that would have been better. Okay, let's see. To take an example, recent empirical research by the Indian government demonstrated that 60% of residents who adopted solar power to support their household usage, you don't need a comma here, encountered blackout more than 50 times in 2019, which seriously disturbs their daily life functions. Therefore, it is clear that renewable energy cannot guarantee the stability if it was not mass-produced, perhaps? Mass-produced. But, okay. Let's see if it was not mass-produced. All right. I like this. I do. But I have one problem here. So what are you saying to us? That mass-produced alternative energy is okay? So what are you saying? That just like when it's produced like on a small scale by individuals in their homes, it's not reliable, but mass produced, it's okay, because the essay never asked you to say if it was if it created energy security just created by people themselves in their homes. So the question then arises, well, all right, why are we talking just about it produced by citizens themselves? Like, why aren't we talking about it being mass produced? So you've limited yourself here in this way, and then it's kind of like, well, why aren't we talking about it being mass produced? Okay, so when you do it like that, it kind of feels like you're missing part of it and you haven't really discussed it fully. So my next question to you then is, okay, well, if it is mass produced, what are the problems? Could some of these problems that you talked about in this essay also happen with mass produced renewable energy? Because that's what you probably should have been focusing on, not like whether people in their homes, residents, and so forth and so forth. Does that make sense, Caroline? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not explaining myself well. But let me see one other thing. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's all very, very good. But like I said, you kind of limited yourself here, and maybe you shouldn't have been talking just about mass-produced versus like small-scale production. You should have, in general, been talking about, excuse me, mass-produced renewable energy. Anyway, let's move on. On the other hand, green energy cannot be no, not green energy. Green energy's merits or green energy's benefits. That's what you're missing here. All right. It's not just green energy itself, but it's the benefits of it. Cannot be overstated in terms of budget and environmental. Okay. This needs to be environmental friendliness. Okay. Because you're looking in terms of a noun. Because this is a noun, so this has to be a noun. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, while natural resources like oil. Now look at this. Resources, plural, are finite. Okay, you don't say natural resource, it's resources. So while natural resources like oil are finite, the sustainable resources like wind or ocean are unlimited. All right, again, the ocean is a little strange for me. I don't think we call it ocean. I think you're really talking about like hydropower or hydroelectric power or something, but I just feel like this expression is wrong. So the ladder price, which ladder price? What are we talking about here? You just said wind or ocean. That was the last thing. So that's awkward. This whole thing is awkward. Let me tell you why. The latter price is way lower than the former. So I have no idea what the latter is and what the former is. The latter and the former are expressions you can use only when it's absolutely clear what you are talking about. Okay, so to give you an example, let me see if I can come up with one off the top of my head. Let's see. Oil and solar power are frequently used in, I don't know, in Italy. The former is decreasing in its usage while the latter is gaining popularity. Okay, so that's how you do it. All right, and then also as an expression, we don't use way lower. Way as a modifier in general is really slang. It's something that people say in spoken speech, but it certainly does not belong in a formal essay. So what you would say instead is far lower, not way lower. Way is just slang, okay? Where am I? Okay, so this was unclear to me. Moving on. Moreover, there are few countries holding large quantities, plural, of oil, whereas every country owns a natural resource. What does that mean? They're all natural resources. Oil, gas, all of this. All of this is natural resources. So what you really want to say here is renewable sources of energy. Okay, make sure you're using the correct terms. Secondly, exhaust fumes generated from the gas power machines. Okay. Exhaust fumes generated from the gas-powered machines worsen the air quality and aggregate, that's the wrong word, I think, the greenhouse emissions, while sustainable resources hardly have any negative effects on the environment. This is borne out by an extensive study completed at Simon Fraser University, which showed that hydropowered electricity generating systems, as plural, cost 40% less than the coal system and have no influence on the air quality index compared with the coal. This is strange here. This is awkward. Compared with, I don't understand this expression. Decreasing 5 degrees on the index. I don't know what that means. It's a strange expression, so you have to really clarify it. In conclusion, from the examples and arguments given above, I firmly believe that green energy is the necessary path that we will take in the future. The renewable energies will be more accessible and financially affordable as the technologies advance. Get rid of that D. In the next 10 years, it will take a more significant role in factory productivity and our personal life. Okay, nice. So here's the thing with this. It was good on the whole. You are using the template really nicely. It's very cohesive, so all that's good. Obviously, we had some problems with grammar. There were some consistent grammar problems, and some of them created some incoherence, okay? Also, there were just other little grammatical things and other word choice things that were just kind of unclear. So while it's a nice essay overall, it's one that still needs a little work in order to say, yeah, this is a solidly really good high-scoring essay. It needs a little work still, okay? Let's see. I know I have a task one from you, so let's look at that as well. All right, here it is. It's the barking dog. Let's see what you said. Dear Mr. Brown, my name is Hillary and I live across the street in this neighborhood. I'm writing this letter to request that you might take action to stop your dog from barking late at night. Careful here, late at night. It disturbs my family's sleep. Careful with this. This is if you're saying you have many families and it's disturbing all of their sleep. So what you really want to say is family with a Y and then apostrophe S. So, my family sleep and my online international meeting 1 day per week, which plays a major role in my work and performance. Your dog Angela loves to bark from time to time since you adopted her. And it is tolerable since she was pretty quiet after dark. All right, there's something happening here grammatically, which is really kind of strange. Let's try this again. Your dog Angela loves... No. Look, since you said since you adopted her, you have to use present perfect. So, your dog, Angela, has loved to bark from time to time since you adopted her. And it has been tolerable since she was pretty quiet after dark. However, things got worse just as the garbage truck switched to a night schedule during the summer. Once the truck makes noise by loading and picking up, Angela freaks out and shouts loudly when it is 1 a.m. every day. All right, now This is a neutral / formal letter. So again, freaks out is very slang. It's very informal language. So I don't think this is probably the best way to express this. It just comes off as too informal. So Angela begins to bark uncontrollably, I think would probably be a better expression. Also, we don't say that dogs shout. They don't shout. They just bark. All right? Or they howl, but they don't shout. That's what people do. So, and then I don't like this when it is 1 a.m. At 1 a.m. every day, 2 words every day. Okay? So would you please come up with some solutions with regard to this problem? I heard that there are some top rated ED dog obedience training programs offered at PetSmart just up Dan Road. Get rid of 2, which may help Angela be more secure and calm. Hope you take actions as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay. That's fine. I don't like thank you as a sign off. Say thank you, but then after that, just finish with yours sincerely. All right, since we don't really, in a letter like this, want to use it as a sign off. This was fine. I liked a lot of it. Again, there is some awkwardness, but you covered everything. Just you have to be careful with some of these grammatical and lexical things that are happening, okay? Okay, so now I know that this is our last set of essays together. I do want to suggest to you that you sign up for some more essay corrections if you've been finding this feedback helpful. We have other essay packages that you can sign up for so that you can continue to work with us and have your essays reviewed by us so you can see your progress. Regardless of when your exam is, I do want to encourage you to do that because I think that with continued feedback, it does help us improve. So see if that's something you can do, sign up for, and I will be looking forward to more of your essays. Good luck.